Welcome back, Freshwater Fishing Novices, new viewers. This is the Freshwater Fishing Novice YouTube channel. My name is Molez. I'm the Freshwater Fishing Novice. And it's Freshwater Fishing Novice Friday. What am I going to be telling you guys about today? Probably something you already know exists out there in the world. What the heck is a Karen? I'm assuming most of my viewers, even the new ones right now, already know what a Karen is, but let's talk about it. Karen is typically a middle-aged white woman who's fairly entitled, obnoxious, annoying, and a lot of times frickin' racist. Entitled middle-aged women who are angry and obnoxious and racist probably aren't in control of anything. They don't have control over shit. I guess their point of view is, let's make everyone else's life as miserable as hers. Now, why am I talking about Karens? Fishermen have to deal with these annoying women. Sometimes they're men, not to be, men or women, doesn't matter. A-holes. Let's talk about an incident I had last year with my buddy Carlton, where we were fishing this body of water we'd never been to, working our way around the shore, and we run up on this dude near his dock, and he's telling us that there's a huge 5-pound bass lurking in that area somewhere. He was like, dude, you guys could probably get it. I'd put a frog on right now. We start looking around, between his dock and the next dock. And this lady could hear us talking to her neighbor about frog fishing and that we should go look for fish in this area. Carlton starts fishing immediately. I'm tying a frog on. And then this lady, reading a novel or some whatever the heck she was reading, How to Be More of a Turd, comes lumbering out onto the dock and starts jaw-jacking at Carlton. Carlton's an introvert. He's not going to say much. He's going to be pretty reserved and respectful. I'm not that guy. She wasn't talking crap to me, so I wasn't going to say anything until she addressed me. This frickin' lady changed my temperament for the rest of the day. I was so pissed. This is probably early afternoon, 1 o'clock. So she was saying all kinds of things. So just so you weird men know, I own the water right here in this dock, and this is a kids' swimming area, and it's weird that middle-aged men are hanging out where children swim. Now, that being said, there's no children in the water. This area isn't marked off for swimming, which has to be done by a state official. No jabroni or random ding-dong tourist can just say, it's a swimming area for kids. Rope that crap off. Obviously, I'm still heated. If I see this lady this year, I swear to God. So she's saying all this garbage. And then she just squats her arse right at the end of the dock and just stand there. And we've already agreed to leave. Carlton has already said, all right, yeah, we'll get out of here, man. It's cool. And then he goes, are you just going to stand there till we leave? Yeah, have a nice day, is what she says. Makes me want to punch you right in the face. Talking smack from a distance. If I got up on that dock, I swear to God, you'd have a different frickin' tone. You're going to yell at me? No. We went through a public boat launch. This lady is a problem. How to deal with a Karen properly. This is what we should have done. Let's talk about how to end the conversation really quick. 50 states, all the states, have what's called U.S. Sportsmans Rights. And that was established by the U.S. Sportsman Alliance in 1977, 45 years ago. So this isn't new. This is no new information. Any dick or jerk or Karen or jackass who tells you can't fish public water, U.S. Sportsman's Act, bro, and you think you own the water? Wrong. Also, you're breaking the law right now. First, it's harassment. Second, you're impeding on a sportsman's rights, which you've paid for. That's what that fishing license or hunting license is for. So you can go do this. They don't have any frickin' right to do that, so shut them down. Hey, man. U.S. Sportsman's Right. You know about that? No? Well, I don't know why you would. It's only been around for 45 years. How old are you? And let them know. You cannot stop me legally. And if they say anything else, you say, that's fine. Let's call someone. Most importantly, you remember that any law enforcement officer can enforce this law. So it doesn't have to be Fish and Game. It could be a cop. I'm sure a rent-a-cop wouldn't really do much help. But, police officer, state trooper, Fish and Game, one of those guys. Get a hold of any one of those guys and get them right up this Karen's butt and get her off your case. Teach her a friggin' lesson. Get her in trouble. Send her to court. Or pay a fine. Forget that chick. It's a misdemeanor. If they get enough of them, guess what? Bye-bye. You can harass no one, and you can be in prison. Told you guys how to deal with Karens and about sportsmen's rights. So hopefully you guys keep that in mind this year. Fishing, if you're running in any total jerkwads, is that a, I don't know, jerkwads? Total Karens, dickheads, pain in the asses? We'll call them problems. If you're running into any problems, now you guys know how to deal with it. I got a message, comment, questions from one of my subscribers, Max. Max, you're awesome. Thank you, buddy. Let's take a look at what he wrote here. So Max wrote, love the videos, especially helpful for beginners. Thanks, Max. Said he was hoping I could answer a couple questions. And yeah, that's why I want you guys to leave comments and questions so I can answer. Yeah, I can answer those questions, Max. How do you maintain your gear? Oh, do I maintain my gear? Kind of. No, I really don't. I don't sit down and oil my reels and all this stuff, and I don't know what the hell else you'd maintain. The cork, I guess, on the handle rod. The only maintenance I really do is preventative maintenance. So I don't leave my rods and reels outside unless I'm outside with them. You know, they go in my garage or in my house or whatever. Even in the winter, they come inside. I don't put my rods and reels down in the dirt. And if I do, no, I don't. I don't put the reel anywhere near dirt. That's the number one. I'll stick it between my legs and then hold it. I'm not putting that rod down in the dirt. It's grass, that's a different story. I'll lay it on the grass. But typically I try to keep crap out of the reel. Now, what happens if I get dirt in the reel? So I've had this happen where it sounds a little grindy. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't sound good. So the way I fix that problem where I have in the past, I'm fishing, say I'm in my kayak or I'm near water. If I can dunk that whole reel, that's all I do. Dunk it, spin it, dunk it, spin it, just to see if any dirt and crap falls out. And surprisingly enough, it works. I don't know why. Probably just the rocks and little debris in there gets wet and it falls out. I don't know, but it works. So I'm going to keep doing it. I do maintain my line. I change my line every year. I'll fish throughout the year. If I run through line, I'll just replace it. If it goes on to the next season, I pull all that line off of all my reels and I replace it because I want fresh line. Here's a cool tool. Let's see if I can get it out. You might be saying, what the hell is that thing? It looks like a necklace. And what the hell is this for? I got this from my brother. My brother gets me interesting gifts. What the hell is this? It's a Viking hook sharpening stone. So this is a sharpening stone, just like you would use to sharpen your knives. And you can see there's a little groove in there. And that's for sharpening your hooks. So you dunk that in the water, and you can put a new point on your hook. I maintain my hooks if I don't lose them with a sharpening stone. Stick your reel in the water if it's not working. Change your line regularly. Kayak maintenance. Clean my boat off so there's no invasive species. Yeah, I'm not a big maintenance guy. Sorry, you probably thought I was going to say some more informative stuff, but if the reel breaks, I buy a new one. That's the maintenance that I do. Max also asks, what's my preferred fish to fish for and why? Depends on where I am. Now, if I'm going to go in small creeks, probably going to be looking for like trout, brook trout and stuff like that. In rivers, my go-to species is going to be smallmouth. Now, if I'm in a pond or a lake, probably going to go for largemouth. I also like going for sunfish early in the year because I feel like it's a good indicator of what's happening in the pond and what's to come. Sunfish spawn before bass. So if you're out there fishing at a pond and it's not warm yet, it's like 50 degrees, but you see sunfish swimming around, good indicator that you're coming up to the bass being more active. Early in the spring, I tend to go for sunfish, especially if I'm not getting bit by, bass or anything like that. It's just a confidence builder. Max, I hope that answers your question. The last thing that Max said, also it would be dope if he could see like the best catch of the week. Yeah, I think I can make that happen, Max. All right, Max, thanks for leaving me a comment, dude. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you're watching my videos and getting some kind of rudimentary education. I don't know. If the rest of you guys and subscribers, new viewers, Max, awesome. If you guys like this video this week, You can always hit the subscribe button, make the bell turn from red to gray. Let me know that you enjoyed this video if you're not subscribed. What that will do is push my videos up in the algorithm so other new anglers like you and I, and Max, and new viewers can find my videos a little easier and become better anglers, or get out of that novice category. If you guys are like Max and you have any questions, don't be afraid to post those down in my comments below. I search that stuff waiting for comments constantly, questions. I want you guys to ask me questions. Please. Please. If you guys like this video, you found it informative, you learned how to deal with Karens properly, go ahead and hit that like button and let me know you like this information. You learned something. Now you won't be harassed, bothered, troubled by any Karens while you're fishing. And if you are, you can shut that right down. Thanks for watching the Freshwater Fishing Novice YouTube channel. My name is Molez. This has been Freshwater Fishing Novice Friday. And I'm the Freshwater Fishing Novice. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll catch you next week.